Here is Review Vision, and I have the vision of your movie and comics. Today we re-diving into one of Spider-Man's most unique and underrated villains, a man who is both a savior and a monster. Who exactly is Mr. Negative? Let's find out. Spider-Man has faced a wide range of villains over the decades, from scientific geniuses like Dr. Octopus, to street-level crime bosses like the Kingpin, to monsters like the Green Goblin. But one of his most unique and mysterious adversaries is a man who walks the line between savior and destroyer, Mr. Negative. With his eerie appearance, his dual life, and his bizarre powers, he's one of the most modern yet mythic figures in Marvel Comics. So, who exactly is Mr. Negative? Mr. Negative first appeared in Free Comic Book Day, Spider-Man #1 in 2007, created by writer Dan Slott and artist Phil Jimenez. Unlike many of Spider-Man's classic rogues who were created back in the 60s and 70s, Mr. Negative is a 21st century villain, and that's reflected in his design and his duality. At first, readers only knew him as Martin Li, a seemingly kind-hearted Chinese immigrant who founded a charity organization called the F.E.A.S.T. Project. This shelter became an important part of Peter Parker's world, especially because Aunt May volunteered there. On the surface, Li was the picture of compassion, a philanthropist, a man devoted to helping the homeless, and a figure of light in the community. But beneath that mask was something far darker. By night, he became Mr. Negative, a ruthless crime boss whose appearance literally inverts into black and white photographic negative colors. His skin and clothes switch into a chilling monochrome, and with that transformation comes frightening superpowers. Mr. Negative's powers are some of the most unusual in the Spider-Man Rogues gallery. He possesses something called the Dark Force Energy, which manifests as negative energy flowing through his body. This gives him several abilities. Corruption Touch. With just one touch, Mr. Negative can corrupt individuals, twisting their morality and placing them under his control. Even some heroes, including Spider-Man himself, have been temporarily turned to his side because of this power. Healing powers. In his Martin Li persona, he has the power to heal diseases, injuries, and even addictions with a simple touch. This makes him beloved in the community, further blurring the lines between saint and sinner. Enhanced strength and reflexes. In his negative form, he's physically stronger and faster than a normal human, making him more than just a mastermind. Weapons mastery. He frequently wields twin black and white energy-infused swords, which can cut through almost anything. This strange combination of healing and corruption, light and darkness, makes him unlike any other Spider-Man villain. He's not just a mob boss with power, he's a walking paradox. The true genius of Mr. Negative is in the duality of his character. On one hand, Martin Li is an inspiration, a man who provides hope, charity, and healing. On the other hand, Mr. Negative is a drug lord, human trafficker, and violent criminal leader in New York's Chinatown. This dual identity isn't just a disguise, it's actually part of his psychology. Martin Li and Mr. Negative are two halves of the same man, split apart in both body and soul. While Martin Li seems to genuinely want to do good, Mr. Negative is consumed by ambition, rage, and the desire for control. This creates one of the most morally complex characters in Marvel Comics. Is Martin Li guilty of Mr. Negative's crimes? Or is he an innocent victim trapped in his own body? Even Spider-Man himself struggles with this question. The origin story. We learn that Martin Li was once a human trafficker for the Magia crime family. During an experiment involving a mysterious drug called the synthetic drug D-Light, he was exposed to experimental energies. This accident gave birth to his dual personas, the benevolent Martin Li and the ruthless Mr. Negative. The F.E.A.S.T. Center. The F.E.A.S.T. shelter became an ongoing setting in Spider-Man comics. Aunt May even worked there, meaning Spider-Man often found himself caught in the orbit of Mr. Negative without knowing it. Corrupting Spider-Man. One of Mr. Negative's most famous moments came when he actually corrupted Spider-Man himself. For a brief time, Peter Parker was forced to serve Mr. Negative, showing just how dangerous his powers can be, even against Marvel's most determined heroes. War with the Magia and other crime syndicates. Mr. Negative positioned himself as a rival to the Kingpin, Hammerhead, and other mob bosses. Unlike many villains who just want to kill Spider-Man, Negative has bigger ambitions. He wants to control New York's underworld. Appearances beyond comics, Mr. Negative has also made his way into other media. Most notably, he appeared as one of the main villains in Insomniac's 2018 Spider-Man video game for PlayStation 4. That game expanded on his story, his relationship with Martin Lee, and his complicated role in Peter Parker's life. For many fans, that was their introduction to the character. Mr. Negative is more than just another mob boss. He embodies themes of duality of human nature, good versus evil inside the same person, corruption and purity. His ability to corrupt or heal with a touch mirrors the thin line between sin and salvation. Community impact. He's not a world-conquering supervillain, but a local figure who deeply affects Spider-Man's neighborhood. This makes him a uniquely grounded but also mythic figure in Spider-Man*s world, a modern villain who feels timeless. So, who is Mr. Negative? He's one of Spider-Man's most modern rogues, a philanthropist and a criminal overlord, a healer and a corrupter, a man split between light and darkness. Unlike villains who are evil for the sake of chaos, Mr. Negative is fascinating because he reflects something very real: the struggle within ourselves between compassion and ambition, morality and corruption. Spider-Man's greatest enemies aren't just those who throw punches. They were the ones who challenge his beliefs, his relationships, and his sense of right and wrong. And that's why Mr. Negative has earned his place among Spidey's most memorable foes. Do you think Mr. Negative deserves a spot in the next live-action Spider-Man movie? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe to Review Vision, and hit the bell so you never miss my next review or comic deep dive.